What's up, everybody? It's CMP with Craftmaster Productions and Studio1Tutorials.com. Don't forget to stop by Studio One Tutorials. Pick up your premium membership. It is 50 cents a day. And also, please don't forget to stop by CMPKits.com. Get yourself a copy of Drill MIDI Volume 2. Get yourself a copy of Drill Loops Volume. As a matter of fact, get all the Drill MIDI and Drill Loop products. It will save you. Now, today, I just want to remind you guys, the sample that we're going to be using comes from Drill Loops 2 off of cmpkits.com. Just go hit the search bar, type in Drill Loops. It'll take you right here. You can get previews of the loops from my SoundCloud, and that way you can understand that there is no mids at cmpkits.com. So what I have here set up is a just a simple drill beat. We got this. So probably the most important thing that is like, yo, how do I do the glide inside the MPC software, right? And it's super simple. What you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to use this plugin from Future Audio Workshop called Sublab. I'm pretty sure most producers have this plugin. If you don't, it's a really great plugin. And what I do is I use this as just a sampler, right? As you can see on my mixer, I don't have. Let me make this loud and proud so you guys can see this, right? So I don't have the synth. I don't have anything going on the synth. I'm not layering the synth. I'm not using the X sub harmonics, none of that. I've got a good sample, right? This is the Ghosty 808 sample. And what you guys want to look for in drill 808s is you don't want an 808 that's like that's real, that looks like the Spins 808 or anything. You want something that looks like a sub bass. It's not, it shouldn't even be an 808. That's where a lot of people's glides are messing up. You want to look for like a sub bass sampled one shot, right? And if you get one with fold back distortion on it, that's it. You've got the sound. Trying to use your regular 808s isn't going to do it for this vibe. So anyway, that's all you got to do. Now to set it up, you want to go to your glide. You want to set your glide for a 132 note glide, and you want to trigger this for legato, right? And then you can mess around with the curve if you want to get different vibes. I'll show you. And that's how you go about doing this. Now, what I like to do with creating with the MPC, I think the easiest way for me to use the MPC is just using my loops. So I have I'm kind of split up into different sections, right? Like I noticed that if I focus and I make a loop pack, or I make a composition kit or something like that, those melodies and those chord progressions and those textures and those overall compositions, they come out so much better than if I sit down to make a beat. So I've completely like split up that process. I make melodies on one day, and then on other days I use loops. So like when it comes to making beats, I am strictly a loop based producer. The difference between me and maybe other people who do it is I'm using my own stuff that I wrote, right? And there's nothing wrong with, you know, using other people's stuff. I just I just understand that when it comes to the beat making project process, like using loops and catching a vibe is so powerful. So for this particular example, I just used this loop from my Drill Loops 2 kit. Went to the audio channel, just drug it right in, and went ahead and engaged the warp. Make sure that, like how I have all my stuff labeled as 140, made sure that this was 140, and just dropped the semitones down 2 semitones. Like this was in D. My my bass in 808 is in C minor, so I want to make sure it was in tune. So wound up getting this. The drums are a very very like basic pattern. This is pretty much how I would start out a song, right? So I'd have this pattern. I didn't even write the kick pattern yet. And the last tip I want to give you guys when you're doing drill on the MPC, and this is so important, use kits that are made for drill. Don't use it like, because I know like the MPC community is very different, right? You guys are like, not really the biggest, don't really hold like 808 based music in the highest reverence. So because of that, y'all have a tendency to overlook things that make the different subgenres of 808 based music what they are. And for example, this snare, this is not, you're not going to find that in the snare folder. You need to get the Dior snare from the actual 808 mellow kit. That just this snare alone is going to completely change the way your drill beat sounds. The same thing with this hi-hat. Right? So these are the two most important aspects of the beat. You want to make sure that you have the correct samples. Once you have the correct samples, everything else is going to fall into place. So yeah, if you're using the MPC software to make drill beats, just get yourself Sublab, set that glide to 132 notes. Just go ahead, turn it on, set it to legato, experiment, draw. What you want to do is you want to draw for like a quicker note. You want to draw, or quicker glide, I'm sorry. You want to draw a 16th note. And then when you're descending and stuff like that, experiment with gliding from one high note to another one, and then letting the legato take you down back to your root note. You get a more convincing sound like that. So this is CMP with Craftmaster Productions, Studio1Tutorials.com. You guys keep it simple, but don't be basic, and we'll see you on the next one.